Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. And as some of you guys might remember, actually I promised you I would do like a 30 healer challenge or something in the Claymore League. But because our group was so tight, like it was so close with the outcome, I had to attack with like proper armies. But on this one, we have a perfect war on our hands. I'm going to try to go for the perfect war. We have still all of our attacks remaining. And we're going to try it with like 10 attack, healer, charges, whatever each. I'll obviously really shortly explain you the plans. Obviously, it's not like a friendly challenge or something, which means we are limited to the super troops which we have right now, which means I can only use super wizards and super wall breakers. Those are like the only two super troops I can use. And this is why we need to think of something for the town hall first, because one thing which is always nice is to just send sneaky goblins into the town hall. But this time around though, it's not gonna work. This is why we have to do like a warden walk for the town hall. It takes some time, but it gets great value. The next thing is we're going to charge in from the far right side, because what this does, it takes the eagle out right away. The most important thing when you're doing those 10 heal charges, I feel like, is a way of taking down the eagle. After that, we're going to like let the queen decide whichever way. The base is symmetrical, so we can just like wait and get the queen into the core. The next thing, the king from the bottom side, and then the royal champion in between. So everything is finishing on the far other side than around. This is the overall plan. We still have the siege machine, which I'm going to use as a slammer, as funnel option for that royal champion. But that is pretty much the idea overall. Let's see if that's going to work. I mean, let's just try it. I mean, we're ready. I think the army is set. Yes, we want to try to improve the attack. Let's see, we have 6 wall breakers on our hand. A Yeti as well, because the Yeti is kind of nice for the outside, for tanking for the royal champion, at the same time cleaning things up, and the Yeti can take down some defenses with those Yeti mites. So overall, a really solid troops for those 10 healer charges. Let's get into it, and let's somehow, hopefully, maybe get this 3-star going our way. The first thing, wall breaker first. The wall breaker is leaning towards the bottom side, which is totally alright. This means though we have to drop our queen accordingly to make sure that we're getting the pathing right. The next one, obviously just filing with the baby dragon. We have a ton of baby dragons with us, so that's no problem whatsoever. And now just charging in. At this point though, I notice we don't have a wall break. We don't have a headhunter, I'm sorry. And this is not that nice. So we take some time to take down the king. I'm using an additional wizard just to make sure that works. Now the eagle is activated, but my queen should really quickly, hopefully, take down that eagle right away. But we had to get started at some point with that warden walk. It's the powerful thing about this combination, that you have multiple heroes working at the same time to make sure that time fails are less likely. This is kind of the clutch thing. But right now, I think it's looking good. Using the baby dragon to make sure that my queen is speeding things up. At this point, I know already she's going towards that top side, so we can wall break in over there really soon. And the next wall breaks need to be making sure that my queen is reaching that core eventually, because we can only get started with our royal champion as the defending clan castle is getting lured out. Like, this defending clan castle has to go for our queen. Next wall break to get this top compartment open, or like even more open, and now we should be able to target the core. Exactly this is going to happen. So we have the wall break into the core. Our queen can reach now everything. That's pretty good. King down from that top side to make sure that the pathing for later stages is set. My warden is struggling just a little bit at the moment with that, with those defending expos. But now finally the clan castle is coming towards my queen, which is great. I'm using another rage there just to make sure that she's staying alive. And now we have the invisibility spell for the warden to make sure that he is staying alive and able to save his warden ability to get somehow that royal champion in there as well. Now the warden ability, as the king is coming around the corner to catch him as well. The queen is just like keep pushing through, and so far it's not looking too bad, to be honest. Only time might be an issue. We have all of our heroes placed on the map. Getting those the slammer in. I used the Hawk Rider slammer because I felt like it might be pretty good. They're not the Hawk Riders going, but there's actually a double giant bomb. Obviously, this is like the worst possible thing. So everything else would have been better. But I felt like with the elephants at the back end and everything, I thought a Dragon Rider would be not as strong. But now we have a small problem, because we have wizards cleanup, but there are cannons covering everything. My queen is not getting out of the core. And this means we need to somehow use that last spell in nice usage, freezing both cannons. And now those wizards need to finish things up, because this is so close on time. Time is ticking. The last cannon is going down. The elixir storage should fall as well. And with this, we got our first 3-star on our hands. So that was a close one. I think I misplayed a couple of things. I think the Hog Riders in the Slammer apparently was not the best idea with the double giant bomb. I mean, that was quite unfortunate. But hey, we'll keep going. We'll keep going from the bottom side towards the top side and finishing on the highest base. This is another base. I think most of you might even know this base. It's a common legend base, to be honest. And I feel like we might be able to do something on this one with a nice charge. So what exactly are we going to do? First off, we're going to charge in from the top side. Let the queen decide again, like that's how it is on those symmetrical bases. The queen can go left or right. Those are all her options. I think for us it would be the best if she would go towards the left, because then she's taking down the defending king. But it's not really managed, like it's not really needed, like it's not as important. The most important thing is that the entry works, which means the queen has to go inside. And then we have to use quite a few loons to get over here onto the eagle, because this means black mines behind the eagle are going to be lured. And then we can blimp in between of those two multi-firmament towers, take both down. This is really key. And then obviously doing of the clan castle as well to make sure that we're dealing with that really early on. That's kind of the idea overall behind this plan. The clan castles get lured out, obviously. We can take that out without any problems. We have no second layer threat at all at our healers or our queen, because if the blimp works, we should be easily taking care of the multi-inferno towers. And then just charge in, jump into the core, and then using the king on the outside to push the queen even further inside. How does this work? Well, I have I think ice golem, something like this with my king. So hopefully I'm able to push them in, and they need to take down this part of the base. Otherwise, we're kind of screwed. On this far left side, though, all the time in the beginning, I'm going to place the warden just to make this a 10 healer charge. Eagle is gone nice and early, so that's great. As I said, the king might be a problem, but we have headhunters this time, hopefully. And then everything should finish off on this back end, on this black area. That's it. And let's get into it. We have the golem, we have the 10 healers, we have everything set. I even have the Valkyrie with me, just in case if that bottom side there are any skeleton traps whatsoever. So that should be good to go. Wall break in, queen is in, and now hopefully she's going her way. But wait a second, she's actually not going as planned. I was hoping her for taking actually the wall break, but instead she is not. So this is now like getting a little bit tricky. But hey, that's why we are using an invisibility spell. This invisibility spell is so clutch when doing those charges. You can always redirect your queen. I think this was like a wish from the community for a long time, to have a spell which can actually redirect your troops. And to be honest, exactly that is one of the tools on how you can use this invisibility spell. Getting the queen back. Now having that blimp connecting towards that multi-inferno towers. One walk already is in, as we notice that the queen is going towards that left side. And now we just have to wait. Even the expo went down, which is awesome for us, to be honest, because it's less things the royal champion then later has to worry about. But the only problem at the moment is kind of like, it takes some time. We really need some time with taking all of this out, which is not the best thing. I took down the archer tower as well to have no archer tower which is shooting that from behind on my healers. That would be not the best thing, but either way my queens just keep charging in, and now I already need to prepare that left side. I want to have a double wall break, as I said, to get the golem, to get the king, to get the ice golem all inside that skeleton compartment, to make sure my queen is actually jumping towards that town hall. Otherwise we kind of have messed up, to be honest. So let's see if that's going to work. Queen so far, I'm just raging just for time, to be honest, because otherwise we really need to speed things up. 1 minute and 20 seconds, and this is not like a Lalo attack or something. Things can go wrong on this one. And now we have the king finally going in. We have to use that jump spell now. Could have used a little bit more towards the top side, to be honest, but I think it should be alright. King is in. I'm raging now for the king to make sure that funnel is set. Somehow need that funnel to get set. There's the freeze. There's the rage on my queen. The queen is somehow staying alive for now. And I still have not placed my royal champion because this top side, like the pathing, the town hall is staying way too long, so I cannot place my royal champion from the top side. The royal champion would go down in the town hall poison, in the town hall damage overall. And now we still have to take down the town hall. I'm thinking about using my queen ability really soon to make sure the royal champ is staying alive. Using my warden ability now, because with this I'm protecting the royal champ and Lassie, which means it's more DPS on the board. which is right now really clutch because we have only 30 seconds left. Baby Dragon at the top side doing a great job of taking down everything. I should have maybe dropped that already earlier because the Royal Champ now doing this one step into the wrong direction. But this Royal Champion Shield taking down all of those Archer Towers is clutch because this means I can place already my cleanup. And now every second counts. It's 11 more seconds. Time is ticking non-stop. And this is not looking too good, guys. We have 6 more seconds, but the Royal Champion is coming in clutch. The left gold mine was already low, and this means somehow we were able to clutch this. It was a close one, but this means it's one last base remaining. And this is not going to be an easy one. And the bad news for me personally is, well, let's take a look at the base. And it's actually one of my bases. And I freaking hate to attack my bases. Well, it is what it is, right? So let's somehow try to get this perfect and see if we can make that work. The common charge on this base is like just charging next to the Town Hall. And then Dragon Riders maybe from the right side. But we don't want to do Dragon Riders, right? We don't want to do Dragon Riders. We want to do the 10 healer charge again. And with this, again, we have to take down the Eagle early. This is like the biggest objective. Warden walk it, Queen charge it, do something with that Eagle. But you have to take it down. Otherwise, it's getting activated way too early. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop the Queen right into the Tesla farm. If this guy copied my base correctly, there's the Tesla farm in front of the King. Then we're going to wall break on either side. Again, the base is pretty much symmetrical, so we can let the Queen decide wherever she wants to go. And then we'll just keep charging in there. We have a ton of wall breakers with us, so we can hopefully somehow charge in there. Warden walk on the far right side as soon as the Queen decided, like maybe top or like right side, depending on where the Queen goes. But then the Warden walk on the other side. And then at some point just add the Royal Champ. Maybe have the King walking around the outside, getting a wall break in towards the Town Hall. Hopefully taking down the Town Hall. This is the idea. So let's see if we can somehow make that work. Army composition is set. I think we are ready. We're ready for the last base. And we are maybe ready for the perfect. Let's see if we can do it 3 out of 3. Going into the last few attacks of this match. And securing that perfect war. We're in. Everything is set up. We have everything in our army composition. I'm using another slammer because I don't know where I should use it. Otherwise, maybe I could use a blimp or something. But to be honest, as you saw earlier, those were like the last couple of seconds. I really only took the last remaining bases. And yeah, so slammer, Hog Riders again. I'm not sure if that's optimal, but either way, we're going to try it. Now charging into the Tesla farm. As I said, I knew that it would be there if the guy copied my base correctly. Now the rage. The splash of the healers, like the healing area, is actually healing up my Headhunter as well, which is awesome. I'm getting one Ice Golem loot out. Maybe I should have brought like one healer, one Hog Rat or something to loot out that Hound as well, which is in there. Already knew that. I watched the replay, to be honest. And now the final Baby Dragon, as I see, okay, my Queen is going towards that bottom side, which is totally alright. A test loon in there as well. We have the rage up to make sure the Queen is staying alive. And as this Archer Tower is going down, we're going to place the next wall break to get another layer deeper into this base. There's the Hound coming out. And as my Queen decides where she wants to go, we're dropping that Warden. Quite late, to be honest, but we had to wait for the Queen to decide. Wizard on the outside is doing an amazing job of funneling. And now we just have to, like, collect those outside buildings. But the Eagle is activated, though. We have already everything in store to make sure that the Eagle is going down. And now the next wall breaks. Come a couple of coconut loons in there as well. And right now, that's a problem. This wall break was a problem. I wanted to wall break into the builder hut. But now it's, yeah, not that great. Oh, like I wanted to get my Queen into the core, getting into the Single Inferno Tower, but right now it feels like the Queen is not going there. She's going for the outside now. The next wall break is not going anywhere either. And now we have to be really careful because this Single Inferno Tower is on our Queen. So we need to do something. We need to get started in some way. So I'm just sending in the Royal Champion, sending in the Slammer at this point, kind of like panic mode, because as I said, the Queen was supposed to go to the core. I want to wall break onto Builder Hut. I want to get her into the core, so things are not looking too good. Hog Riders are out. I'm using that Warden ability to cover those giant bombs, or like the scatter shot and everything. Headhunter is in as well to take down the defending heroes. But already all of them are down. Queens just keep charging in. She has no ability left. We have one rage, one freeze, one invisibility spell still left. But the Single Inferno Tower in the core is not going down. Rage the core. I'm using the invisibility spell a second too late. And this is not saving my Royal Champion's life, which means the Royal Champion is going down. This would have been so clutch. King ability in, wall break for the Town Hall, as we said earlier. But the wall break actually was connecting too early, so we all only wall break into the bomb tower, which obviously was not our plan. And I feel like the plan could have worked, because right now every single troop is dying pretty much. So I think invisibility spell earlier and we should have gotten it. Wall break better onto the town hall to make sure that the town hall is actually open and the king is going for the town hall. With the town hall out of the way, I think my queen could have survived. But yeah, with so many mistakes that we won't get that perfect, but it was so much fun trying this strategy. I really think like this strategy is such a cool strategy. I don't know, maybe I'm even using it in Legend at some point, but I have so much fun trying out those 10 healer charges. It is really, really cool. It's going to be the win anyways. Won't get the perfect, sadly, but hey, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.